Hello and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to another broadcast of To a Radio TV. Today, I have with me in studio, we will be talking about a lot of things. An honorable man. I'm going to give him the time to introduce himself, and today promised to be another interesting discussion. So stay tuned, be with us, share the video as we progress through this interview. Welcome, Honorable.
Thank you. It
Yeah,
is a pleasure to be with you.
thank you for accepting our invitation.
Yeah, you're most welcome.
Yeah. Well, our viewers out there, they want to know who you are. So you are right here. It's good to hear from the horse's mouth. And here is the honorable man. He's going to be telling you just who he is.
My name is Johnson Gwaikolo. I represent electoral district number 9 in Nimba County. In the House, I am the chair on the Committee on Rules, Audit, and Administration. This is the committee that is responsible for the daily administration of the Capitol building. Prior to that, I was the chair on education. Before I came to the legislature at this time, I was the president of the United Methodist University, and so we have made that transition from academia to politics. So it's a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you so much, Honorable. What you mentioned in your opening statement, you mentioned you are the chair for the rules. Am I getting it right?
Yes.
Okay, and can you just briefly go over that? We want to know the responsibility of that committee and how many person is within this committee.
Well, thank you. The committee is comprised of 7 members, uh, and the committee is primarily responsible for the day-to-day administration of the Capitol building. We also are responsible for instilling rules to make sure that our colleagues and all those that are in the premises of the Capitol building abide by the rules that are there. And so we also work with the various divisions and sections of the ministry of the legislature to provide logistics such as fuel for the lawmakers, furniture for the different offices. We also coordinate employment of the central administration. The staffing arrangement there is twofold. One, those who are under the civil service arrangement, that we call them central administration employees, and then those that are directly attached to the offices of the lawmakers. And so those two groups we have to coordinate, them and make sure that their benefits are available, logistics are available for them, and that the offices are running smoothly.
Thank you. Based on what you just said, it is my understanding that the bathrooms in the house, I mean, they are dark functional and it's always locked. And what's the cause of that?
Yeah, that is a legitimate concern. The building is sort of old, and so facilities are not functioning properly. The water system is challenging. We don't have running water that comes into the building, so we have to truck water, twice a week. And so in the interim, the water will run out, and because we don't want the bathrooms to be, messed up, quote unquote, and so we leave them locked until we can get them cleaned up and water is available. To remedy that, we requested, and the budgetary provision was made for us to renovate the building. So we are in charge. My committee is in charge of that, working along with the Senate committee to rehabilitate the building. And the scope of work includes ensuring that the water system works. And even if we cannot get water into the building, through the water and sewer arrangement, we will procure, as part of the scope of works, procure trucks, our own trucks that will bring water and improve the reservoir. The building has a reservoir, but the capacity needs to be increased so that we can have our own system that will help us to serve, the public and even ourselves, in terms of the bathroom facilities that are there.
Thank you. And I also noticed, two-way radio covers um, some of the settings in the house. And I noticed there are a lot of noise, there are a lot of disturbances. I mean, what is your committee doing as a concern that?
Well, the chambers becomes a theater. We call the building political house. So yes, many of the discussions, in fact, many of the presentations are in that fashion simply because it's a political house. So people like to ensure that members of their constituency do see them and hear them, presenting their arguments. In many instances, the arguments get loud, the arguments get out of hand, and it gets a little bit disturbing and raucous in the place there. But generally, what we are to do and what we do in many instances is to just politely approach a colleague and say, well, look, colleague, you are presenting your argument well, but you need to tone down. Yeah, ensure that there are others here who need to be respected and treated as a colleague. So many instances we just walk around quietly. You will see me do that many instances, because we are all colleagues, and we brought in under different conditions, although all of us went through the same electoral process. But when they get out of hand like that, we'll go out and calm them so that we can abide by the rules. The interesting thing about the chambers is that constitutionally we are provided a shroud that what we say in chambers during our deliberations cannot be used against us. But quite frankly, I believe that some of us sometimes extend, that rule, that privilege, to the extent that can cause some discomfort to some of the colleagues that are in there.
Okay. I'm listening. I'm not here in Liberia. I'm visiting right now, and I'm glad to be back here. And I'm glad I have the opportunity to sit with such an honorable man. It's not every day you get to sit with an honorable man. And thank you so much again
Yes, sir.
for that accepting our invitation. I've been listening to and following some activity on the grounds of the Capitol. Sometimes I see that there are, uh, demonstration. People want the salary increase, and even the staffer at the Capitol building, they themselves are concerned about the amount that they receive. What is being done to augment the amount that they receive currently?
Well, uh, about two budget periods ago, we went through what you call harmonization. And that harmonization came about when the international partners that we work with, specifically IMF and World Bank, thought that we were spending more money on salaries and not, logistics. So it was like we pay you to go to work and sit down and don't do anything. You don't even have papers, to work with. And so they proposed a cap, a national salary cap, that the budget should not extend beyond certain amount. Provisions for salary should not extend beyond certain amount. And so that created a condition that we all had to go and then do what you call harmonization, bring down the salary and so forth. In the process, there was an arithmetic, error, a calculation error at the Capitol building, that affected the workers. And so when the workers presented that to us, we had a conversation with our colleagues at Finance Ministry, and indeed we realized that there was an error. So we negotiated with the employees, and at the time they were agitating, they were asking for their money. But to our appreciation, they listened to us and said that, look, we'll work along with you to get your money. So we arrive at a negotiated settlement where the central administration people have been given their areas that were created as a consequence of that, exchange rate error. The staffers, meaning those assigned directly to lawmakers, a portion of the money was given. The balance is still pending. They've been raising some questions about that. I told them, well, look, you just hold your peace. We certainly will pay your balance just as we pay the other guys in full. So that's where we are on that particular exercise.
Okay, thank you. And then, I want to know, most of the lawmakers, they all sponsor bills, and and there are others that support it, and the bills have a lot of stuff, enshrined in it. Have you sponsored any bill? If you did, what was it all about?
Yes, directly we sponsored the bill that elevated the Nimba Community College to a full-fledged university. So we now have a full-fledged university in Nimba County that the act that we passed through our own sponsorship of the bill has now been printed in handbill. That's one. Two, we co-sponsor a bill on vacation jobs and cadet to
Mhm.
reintroduce the cadet program
Yeah,
because yes,
I remember
personally,
that when I was in high school. Sorry, I'm
yes,
not cutting you off,
yes,
Honorable, but I did go through that cadet program. It
yes,
was very beneficial.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a colleague, my colleague from Sino County, Honorable Critton Duncan, yeah, he brought that discussion with us, and so we co-sponsored that with him, and we passed it because personally I benefited from that as well, And the cadet program lays a foundation to get some experience, practical experience while you go into school.
Yeah, the
It helps,
workforce.
yes, yes, it helps you to even redefine your own career objective, and so we thought it was good for us to pass. We passed it in the lower house, the House of Representatives, but it got stuck at the Senate. That's where it is now, and it has not been passed yet.
Well, hopefully they can pass that because a lot of people from school, they don't even know what they want to do. But if you have that cadet program going, you can make a decision. It can help to guide you your career path. It can help along the way. So
Absolutely.
hopefully we can have that pass.
Yes. What we will do is to check with the our appropriate committee on the other side, the Labor Committee, to see where they are on that, so that we can all push it for it to pass.
Yeah, I also remember that a long time ago, I don't know what it is right now. Labor Ministry also used to recruit, and give people vacation jobs.
Absolutely.
Is that still happening?
Well, sparingly. In the past, it was much more organized,
Okay.
where, when the vacation is approaching, they will make a public announcement where students will go and apply, and they'll recruit them for 2 months, 2.5 months, to go through this vacation job exercise. No, it is not as organized. And part of it is the disruption that has occurred in our society, where the academic year, is not even studied anymore. It changes from year to year. So it makes it difficult for planning. Notwithstanding, we still need to, reintroduce our program because again, it helped the students, yeah, to get a little bit of earning, but more importantly, to expose them, to the workforce so that even their career objectives that they're going through in school, can be redefined and recalibrated.
Okay. And then, the most talk about right now in Liberia is the printing of the new banknotes and everything concerns that. What is the authorization you give to the Central Bank of Liberia on the printing of the new banknotes,
Well,
Liberia banknotes?
yeah, thank you that you asked that question. Generally, matters like this are not even discussed in the public. Yes, because then those who deal and trade in financial instruments, they do speculate, and then that can affect the price structure of commodities and so forth. But notwithstanding, first, the Constitution gives the legislature Article 34D1 gives the legislature the authority, to print, monies, and we usually delegate that responsibility to the central bank. But we have to approve what has to be printed. So about a year or so ago, we authorized the printing of 48 billion Liberian dollars. Now that 48 billion is going to do a couple of things. One, it will help to recall the mutilated, Liberian dollar banknotes in the system,
Yeah.
because every year new banknotes, the 25% of new banknotes get mutilated. So you need to get rid of them.
That's right.
Yes. And so that's part of it. Part of the money will be used to support the expansion of the economy. The economy is expanding a little bit. Yeah, so you need additional money, to help correspond with that expansion, in the economy. And then part of that is going to be used as reserve, reserve just in case, something goes wrong, then that can back up. Presently, what has happened now is 4 billion of this amount has been brought into the country to attend to the holiday spending. Usually, we spend a lot of money around this season. Yeah, the July 26th season and then the Christmas, New Year season. Yeah, so there's 4 billion that has been brought in now, and I think it should be in the different commercial banks as of today or tomorrow, so that it can help, to bring in new money that can replace the old money in terms of mutilation. Yeah, the bank note is not being changed. The design is not being changed. It's going to be the same amount. I mean, same design, and it's going to come in $100 bills. Yeah, this 4 billion will be in $100 bills. So it helped us to get the ugly tier money, as they call it, out of the system, so that yeah, next year now, then the additional amount will come. Yeah, 2023 there will be no printing because that's election year. So the legislature passed with that caveat that we don't want to give any candidate, especially so the ruling government, an advantage. So we say no, don't bring new money. After that, now that you can bring the rest of the 48 billion.
You talk about expansion of the economy. That's one of the reason of the things you listed. That's one of the reason why, I mean, you know, we have this money. Can you go a little bit deeper into what does it mean when you say the expansion of the economy?
Okay. What that means in simple terms is that there are more things happening in the economy now, more goods and services are being traded, more companies are coming in, more trading is going on than in the past. We were affected by the COVID-19. First, it was Ebola. Ebola was short term, but it affected us a little bit. So we recovered from that 2014, 2015, and so forth. And now got into 2017, 2018. The general global tendency was constricting. There were, the economy was reducing. Then COVID-19 got into it, which slowed down progress significantly. Now that COVID is or seems to be going away, although a new variant is coming, yeah, but activities are improving now, to an extent, not widely, but at least we see a little bit more companies coming in, a little bit more goods and services coming in, and so it's helping to remove that stagnation in the growth. And I think by a percentage point of maybe 2, 3, 4%, the economy is expanding. So you have to have the corresponding amount, to be in circulation once that happens.
Okay, thank you. And another thing here is the mutilated bills. It has to be removed from the
Yes.
market. How long does that process take?
It's a give and take.
Okay.
For example, the banks have the currency. So, and by law, the banks are supposed to accept that currency and exchange it for newer ones, and then mark and deface the mutilated ones so they can be discarded and not used anymore. So, for example, if I go to deposit $10,000 and that $10,000 Liberian dollar has mutilated amounts, that the bank will accept it. Yeah. And then, if I go back to withdraw, they will not give me back the mutilated amount. They're going to give me new amount now because the mutes have been destroyed. Now, that is only if the central bank has empowered the commercial banks to carry on that exercise. Because at the end of the day, there's a reconciliation. If the commercial banks are saying, look, today we have 10,000 worth of mutilated, banknotes. The central bank is supposed to withdraw that and replace it. That's a direct replacement, and it doesn't affect the volume of money in the society, in the banking system. So that's what this 4 billion is going to do. That's part of it.
So on with my understanding, it means that the central bank is already empowered. I
Yes,
mean, they will be empowered to do that. So there should be no hitch or no glitches in the process if between there and the commercial banks.
absolutely. There shouldn't be any glitches at all. The physical cash is in country, and they needed first. It comes in the central bank. They do their reconciliation. They do their stacking and everything else, and then they found some mechanism to distribute them to the various commercial banks, and then those commercial banks now will begin to disperse. So they should not be once the commercial banks have that, then you shouldn't get any banknote in a $100 denomination that should be tier.
Mhm.
No, it should be either a clean note or a cleaner note if it is the old type.
Okay. Let's come to your district.
Electoral District Number 9, Nima County.
Electoral district number 9 in my country. How's it going there? How's you and the people there?
First, I always appreciate them because it's an opportunity that is given to you to serve them. The expectations are numerous and wide. Electoral District Number 9 is perhaps the largest district in Nima County with five administrative districts.
Mm,
Yes, the Gwaikolo, the Do, the Zenla, the Blino, and the Mesno. So that makes it very challenging to move around. In some instances, you got to get out of the district to go to another part of the district. But notwithstanding, the people have been cooperative. They've been welcoming. Yes, we have a situation where you will never satisfy everybody, but generally, based on the effort that we are making and the cooperation we're getting from them, things are getting done. Some of the projects that we've done, tangible projects that we've done, construction of school buildings in one of those areas that did not have any school building at all.
mm.
And this came out of our own personal, arrangement, personal resources, because
Okay.
yeah, the government projects have been that school project is nearly completed. I think we're hanging the doors now and doing the plastering to do the finishing touches. We
That's good.
also, yeah, we also constructed a legislative office building such that any lawmaker who comes from that district in the future will have a place to sit in the district. Yeah, that's the first of its kind. Yes,
That's good.
yes.
That's
And then
progress.
the road rehabilitation is ongoing now. Road accessibility is a major problem in that district. So the major road that goes into the district from District 7 and connects to District 9 and District 6 is under rehabilitation right now as we speak. The machines are out there and they are doing the road work, which is a very, very good plus. Another major project that we are doing that should be ready before the end of December is a ferry. The closest distance to the district goes through Bond County, but the impediment there is the St. John River. So we undertook this project that will do a ferry that will cross a vehicle.
Hmm.
Yeah, yes. So
That's good.
that ferry is nearing completion, and the objective we have now is to put it on the St. John River before Christmas, and so we have every reason to believe that that will happen. Yeah, when that happens, you can go to the district, on the round trip. You can leave from there, go in the morning, cross on the ferry, put your car there, they drive you over, and then come back in the evening. So that is very exciting. Some schools are there. We need school benches, and we are constructing benches, for our schools. Uh, in terms of some intangibles, those things that people don't see, although yes, is the intervention in, for example, uh, one of the districts, one of the high school. Yeah, so the same building is there, but it has now been elevated to a high school.
Okay.
So yeah, they have a high school now in the Dole area, specifically in Gray. And the 12th graders sat for their 12th grade WIAC for the first time this year. And they've been very excited because even people from other communities are coming to that high school, and that is a very good thing. So those are some of the things that we're doing there. There's a radio station there, that is much more improved. that we will be turning over to the community, as their Christmas gift, and so forth. We have a recording studio that is under construction. The young people wanted their own recording studio. So yeah, a lot of
I can see.
musicians in that district. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So that also is under construction and will be turned over to the citizens as their Christmas gift.
Oh, that's good. A
Yes.
road network is one of the paramount, means of bringing development to any community. So I'm glad that the ferry, hopefully it can be completed and people can just move from one end to another. And I also wanted to know about the healthcare system. How is it going in some other towns? Because I've been following some, different stories on
Yes.
pertaining to clinics and some other issues, health issues in different counties. These district these clan you listed, do they
Mhm.
have clinics within the clans? Okay, healthcare, is it
Yes.
accessible? Do they have the medication, all the resources they need? I mean, the staff, do they have them to be able to cater to people that have some emergency?
Yes. Yes. And no. Yes, to the extent that most of them are just primary care, facilities,
Okay.
and they need referral to another clinic. We have Zigapa as the headquarters of the district, so we have the Zigapa Health Center, that has a lot of catchment area. I like to report here that through our own intervention, this budgetary year, they allotted. We work with the budget team and allotted 20,000. That's not much money, 20,000 for that particular healthcare. It's not much, but it's significant because this will be the first time that the budget will capture, that health clinic with 20,000 that can be used, to help, the district health team. We also like to indicate that there's a town called Zanzi, where we work with an NGO from Belgium. We encouraged them to come in, and they came in and constructed, a clinic. That clinic was turned over to the county health team, and so the county health team is managing that as well. But those are all primary, healthcare facilities that you cannot do any major, curative activity in those areas. You have to refer them. That's why the road work is
Yes,
very
that
important.
was my next question,
Mhm.
because how far is it from the main, hospital where they are able to get the proper treatment?
Yes, the closest referral area is in Tapeta, the JFD, the Jackson Hebdo, referral hospital. But the road there is challenging, and we are happy that this road rehabilitation I'm talking about will capture that road as well.
Okay.
Yes, and then the second is in Seclepia, the Seclepia Comprehensive, Healthcare Center. Yeah, those are the two areas that are, referral areas to our place there in the district.
Thank you. And what is it? I was at a program and we're discussing health issues as it concerned the children, as it concerned nutrition. It is my understanding that we have an increase in, malnourishment, statistics from maybe the World Health Organization and international organization. So is this statistics, is it affecting your district?
Yes, yes. Diet, can cause stunting, of the young, of the children, meaning they don't grow properly, they don't maintain the proper weight, at the level they're supposed to be at. They slow in their own cognitive development and so forth. Yes. Our staple food is rice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and rice has to be, fortified somehow with what other ingredients you add to the rice. In the morning, the children will eat, salt rice. In the afternoon, they eat rice. In the evening, they eat. So they are just fed starch.
Carbohydrates.
Yeah, carbohydrates. You see, but you need protein in there. You need a vegetable. You need, those kinds of things that will enhance and give the person a complete diet. But we don't have that. So in many instances, you see our children will grow very slowly, to the extent you see a 5-year-old child, you think the child is probably 2 or 3 years old. And so, yeah, that is, we have a nutrition committee at the Capitol building. And part of it is we've been working with the different, intervening forces, the NGOs that are, in the healthcare sector and particularly in the nutrition sector, to encourage expanding the activities to the different districts, so they will understand, because some of the ingredients can be cultivated and arrive locally.
Yes.
Yes, you can do some of the things locally, but people, you tell them, oh, today let's just eat corn, or let's add corn to this. It's all corn and other food. I ain't ready, but corn has some value, that could make, create a balance in your diet. So yes, that is a problem in the district, and we hope that others can see reason to intervene there and mitigate the situation.
Yeah, hopefully, a lot of awareness can be done because we have a lot of fish.
Yes.
We have a lot of fish, and if you can blend your diet with, with the protein and the carbohydrate, it's going to be so. The health team in your district, I think they need to look into that so that we can have an increase in this particular situation.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we there is another situation that um, I was looking at concerning. Let me just reverse the question. Let me leave that question for for another time. We'll come back because this is we're going towards the election period.
Yes.
So let me leave that question. Let's go to you because I don't want to let that be. Anyway, is there any other thing you want us to know? That if elections were to come today, if for any reason uh, uh, someone else was vouching for your position, is there a reason why your people need to elect you?
Yes, yes. I always say to my people, and just a general principle that I have, that all of us who are, who have been elected or are aspiring, seek for a second term. Why is this so? Because the first term is basically a learning experience. Anything you go into, it will take a while for you to get your feet wet. And the legislature, that house is such that no matter what kind of experience you have, if it is your first term, you are not given the kind of opportunity to serve your people, as you should. Now, second, when you are in that responsibility, they should look at how you perform and relate to your people, the kinds of things you do. Only they can assess that. But I can say safely that if I was to evaluate myself, which is part of the learning experience and the leadership experience, we've done quite a number of things that goes beyond what the expectation is with what we have here. Many things we've done. We've done it out of our own initiatives, with the support of the community people. Because, for example, if you want to build a school, you ask the community people to provide even if you're going to pay for it, yeah, to provide the local materials, and then you work along with them on that. We've done a lot. So, if the first term I was at position number 62 in the house, I'm now at position number 7. So they should,
Wow.
yeah, my people should be pleased about that, because we perform. Not only do we do it in the district, we do it at a national level too.
Yeah.
So it's my performance that brought me up to number 7 now at the national level.
That's
So yeah, you give me a second chance, you can expect even more, out of me than the first term, because that time we would have now known how to navigate, the corridors of the legislature, for our people to even benefit more. So that's why we say that generally you give us a second term, to go. If you get there now, you look for a third term, then I say, oh no, you've been greedy, because our political system, I think 2 terms is sufficient, and that can help because many things will be left undone. You see, a new person gets there, then you start all over. But if you give somebody an opportunity to do, 2 terms, then that continuity will be there for success in a district.
Yeah. Do you have the support of the citizens in the diaspora?
Yes, I can say so. Yeah, a number of the citizens in the diaspora are very positive, at our own, leadership here. We visited them some time ago, and we had several meetings with them. And besides that, we keep on the phone. The feedback we get, is positive. So yes, nothing is absolute, but we can say that our citizens in the diaspora are supportive. Most of them are, in what we do here.
Yeah, they have a lot of organizations in the diaspora, NIMBA, different
Yes.
counties, and these people, we might be in the diaspora, but they have influence on the people that are here because every day they call and they give all the report what's happening, what is going on. So if you have a good rapport with your people in the diaspora, then I mean you're good to go. So that was one of the reasons why I asked, if you do have some connection with the diaspora.
Yes,
So
indeed.
we are onto a radio, and this is Patience Atto, and I'm here with our honorable. He is the representative for District Number 9 in Nimba County, and he is Honorable Johnson Gwaikolo. I
Yes.
got it right. So we are just about to run up. So I want to ask him to get his final word. What else he wants you to hear? You know, some of the pressing needs in that district. Because I believe in results.
Right.
We believe in feedback,
Right.
and also we look at the challenges.
Right.
Nothing comes easy. So if you need help, you need to galvanize all the resources to
Right.
be able to, do what you want to do.
Right.
So, Honorable, do you want to tell us in your closing remark?
Yeah. Thank you. I'm very honored to have been invited to this, program, and I appreciate that very much. What I like to say is that we have a county project management committee. We'll be meeting with them today, and the objective of that is to apply the resources that are being given to us as social development fund, to the county to develop the county. We have county equipment, but we've not started deploying them to the different districts, and so that's the next stage now, so that our roles can be opened up. There are critical roles in the district, and we identify 3 of them that affects the all the sectors in the district. The road that goes to the Dole side, the road that goes to the Yawanational side, and the road that goes to the Bidoru side. Once we complete this PMC meeting and they bring a work plan for us to approve, those roads will be done before the conclusion of this term. So we're looking forward to that because that's a major call from our people, road access. And so that's why I'm emphasizing that indeed your call has fallen on fertile ground. The first main role is now under rehabilitation, and the others will soon start before this grass season is over so that we can do some work in our respective districts. But I call on our people always to exercise patience, tolerance, and be guided by the principle of collaboration and cooperation. Because even as I'm there as the leader, and any other district representative is there, if they don't get the support of the people, they don't cooperate, then things will not get done as they wish. All cannot be done at the same time, but once we're making progress, then that's very important.
Thank you so much. And this has been a presentation, exclusive interview with our Honorable Johnson Gwaikolo, all the way from District Number 9 in my county. And you are watching to a radio or the global internet radio station. Wherever you are, you can watch us. You can download the app. You can follow us on Twitter, YouTube, and all the other social media platform. You can go on our website. It's www.2aradio.co. So this has been your presenter, Patience Play, and we see again another time. Thank you so much, Honorable Man. Thank you
Thank you.
for this wonderful interview. So
Thank
see you again.